What's up everyone, it's Hunter back here with another video. Sorry I'm a little congested, it's been like a week that I've been getting over this illness, but today we're going to use ChatGPT to do our homework. ChatGPT has been kind of surging onto the scene. It's a language modeling software that allows the general layperson like myself and you guys to use AI to complete a lot of different things. So today I'm going to use it to complete my medical school homework. Okay, so I think that we are now sharing it. This is ChatGPT here. You can see a couple of the questions that I've had for it over here. I was using it to study for my finals last week. And over here we have the assignment that we have at my school. At Des Moines University, my school, I'm a second year medical student. Most of our grades come just straight from our tests, but occasionally we have a few assignments. I guess the last block we had 4 assignments. This right here is the 4th assignment. And what we were asked to do is pick one of these diagnoses and answer these questions using primary literature. So I am going to use ChatGPT to try and complete this assignment, and hopefully it will be able to tell us the sources that it used. I don't know, we'll find out. We're doing this together. I haven't tried this ahead of time, so if it's a complete flop, oh well. Recently, as I've been using ChatGPT, it's been a little slower. I know that they have like a pro option that you can pay for now. I still just use it for free. So if it's slow, I'm gonna speed up the video, but every query and response is going to be on the screen. Here, I am just gonna tell ChatGPT we're going to do a medical school homework assignment. I'm also really slow at typing, so I'm gonna speed that up as well because you don't need to do that. So far, it's actually, I thought it might tell me that it won't help me. We're going to see if it will pick a diagnosis, and if not, we will do type 2 diabetes because, disclaimer, I already did this assignment and that's what I did. So pick one of the following diagnoses. Is diagnosis, when plural, pronounced diagnoses, or is it still just diagnosis? Let me know in the comments. All right. Gastroesophageal reflux disease, also known as GERD, type 2 diabetes, mellitus, definitely mellitus, and hypothyroidism. So the block that we just finished was our endocrine, gastrointestinal, and preventative medicine block. So we have 2 endocrine conditions and 1 gastrointestinal condition. So let's see if it will pick one. It doesn't want to, so we are going to pick, focus on type 2 diabetes. What's he going to say? We have stumped it. Anyways, while that is loading, I'm going to go over here and just copy this first question. And yeah, I think that should work. So what specific aspects? So we're going to just let them know our question and see what it says. Here's an example scenario, and I'm also going to be reading these just to make sure that they are fact-checked. I did take the exam and I passed, so I'm going to fact-check these. So in this case, we were told to briefly describe a scenario in which the patient presents to their primary care provider with symptoms of the diagnosis of type 2 diabetes. And we're supposed to use 2 to 3 sentences to describe the patient, including the patient's gender, age, and race or ethnicity. So ChatGPT gave us a 55-year-old Hispanic male presents to his primary care provider with complaints of increased thirst, frequent urination, and blurry vision. He reports feeling more fatigued than usual and has noticed that his wounds take longer to heal. He also has a family history of type 2 diabetes mellitus. So this patient presentation is pretty classical. It is quite detailed in that if somebody came in and you had this information, you could just about diagnose them right there, but there are other components to the visit that you would need. So we are going to go to question number 2. So question number 2 of the assignment is describe 3 findings you might expect while taking the history and 3 findings you may uncover during the physical exam. In addition, describe 2 risk factors and the diagnosis. Describe 2 risk factors for the diagnosis, like occupation, family history, current medications, and include a reference to the evidence that supports the risks. So we have possible answers, we have history findings, increased thirst, frequent urination, fatigue, all common symptoms, yes, blurry vision, slow wound healing, recurrent infections are also possible. Family history is also a significant risk factor. So physical exam findings, we might find elevated blood pressure and weight gain, skin changes such as acanthosis nigricans, which I'll throw a picture up right now. You can see what that looks like. Examination of the feet might reveal peripheral neuropathy, which is a common complication. So depending on how long this patient has had diabetes before coming in to see you as their provider, they may have different things here. So their risk factors, obesity is a significant risk factor. Yep, family history is also another significant risk factor. Cool. And then we actually got 3 primary literature resources. They're a little old, 2000 to 2003, but they look like, I mean, Journal of American Medical Association, the New England Journal of Medicine, and I don't know that we have this is just a study, so I don't know where that one was published, but these are also given in AMA format, so that's pretty cool. Next question, we have, describe 2 diagnostic tests that could be used to confirm this diagnosis, explain why you chose those 2 tests, and use references to support their use given the patient scenario. I should also let you guys know that if you haven't been using ChatGPT or don't know anything about it, it is only trained on things up until 2021, so anything in the last year will not be included. But for the most part, I mean, for what we're doing right now, it is perfect, and it's not going to include any literature from any more recent, but like just right here, the first reference is from the American Diabetes Association from 2021, so you can't really ask for much better than that. So to answer the question of diagnostic tests, we have fasting plasma glucose level, and it has the level, and it has to occur on 2 separate occasions. So that's very good. And then an oral glucose tolerance test, also a gold standard that's used. They have the level correct, and it may be used to confirm a diagnosis. So those are both very good, accurate. We have 2 definitive sources. This is great. This is actually kind of scary because I think it's doing a better job than I did on this assignment. All right, so the last question we have, finally, consider treatment approaches and options. Describe 1 non-pharmacological treatment / management approach and or 1 pharmacological approach when developing a management plan. Include any specific population considerations like genetic, gender, and age. Provide evidence to support your non-pharmacologic and pharmacologic approaches. Now that I read that again, I definitely did not include any specific population considerations in my actual assignment. So I think ChatGPT would get a better grade, but I got 8 out of 8 anyway, so it doesn't matter. All right, possible treatment approaches for type 2 diabetes. Non-pharmacological approach is the lifestyle modification, including diet and exercise, which is going to be the standard for all diabetic patients. Depending on their levels, they might try to do a non-pharmacological approach first without any pharmacological intervention. But yeah, we have healthy diet and regular exercise can improve glycemic control, reduce the risk of complications, and improve overall health outcomes. They recommend, the ADA recommends whole foods, fruit, veggies, lean protein, and exercise for at least 150 minutes per week is also recommended, which is also the recommendation. What do they have here? I forget exactly who recommends 150 minutes per week, but that is the clinical recommendation for exercise for adults. And then pharmacological approach, metformin's typically first line, which is accurate. And it even gives us a slight description of how it works by reducing glucose production in the liver and improving insulin sensitivity. It's generally well tolerated and has a low risk of hypoglycemia. However, it's contraindicated in patients with renal impairment or liver disease and should be carefully monitored. So that is correct. And then here's the section that I left out, which is population considerations. Older adults may require adjustments to their treatment plan based on comorbidities. And women may have unique considerations related to pregnancy and gestational diabetes. Also accurate. And then we have more evidence, 2014, 2021, 2015. These are all up-to-date resources, and it did a great job. And this actually gave me 3 sources, 2 sources, 3 sources. So assuming that they're all different, which I'm not going to take the time to look, that is 8 sources that it gave me, and the assignment over here says we only need 4. So overall, ChatGPT could diagnose your diabetes, apparently. I'm going to say that it's a hot topic on whether or not AI should be used in school for homework. It definitely should not be used in school for homework. This is more of just a fun test. Up here we can see the date is Thursday, March 2nd. So if anyone's watching this from my school and thinking, this guy just did his homework using AI, this assignment was due 2 Fridays ago, February, whatever the date was. And I submitted the assignment. The block is over. I couldn't submit this now if I wanted to. So if anybody's watching from school, I didn't cheat. I'm just doing this for fun. Anyways, I think it's going to be interesting to see the advances in AI in the future. I think there's definitely going to be a place for it in medicine. Maybe not in this regard, but definitely in helping with diagnosis and definitely helping with charting, as is already being done by the company Microsoft, in case you didn't know. But I'm very excited, and those that kind of embrace AI and use it to their advantage, I mean, this is not a practical application for me. This assignment took me 20 minutes to do by myself. It took me 5 minutes to do with AI, but I'm definitely excited to see where it's going to go and how it's going to help me in my future career as well as in my personal life. So if you guys have found good uses for ChatGPT, let me know in the comments. And if you're new here, you should subscribe so you can see future videos. I think my next one is going to be about finance in med school, maybe how much debt I have. So stay tuned to find out, and we'll catch you in that next one.